could ask or think, believe, yes, I believe, you say,
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think.
I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2i TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week at 7 p.m. GMT. Like T2i TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2i TV. We engage, educate, enlighten, and empower.
Welcome to another exciting edition of the Step Out with Oscar Bimpong show. And anyone that has been following this show should understand that this is my best day of the week, Saturday, because Saturday is where we bring our flagship TV program, and that is Step Out with Oscar Bimpong. And this is where we interview experts, we interview talented people, consultants, and people doing exceptionally well in their communities. And today is not an exception. Today I've got a powerful man I've known for so many years. He's not new to my radio and TV platforms back in the days. He's always around to be part of whatever Oscar Bimpong is doing. And today is another opportunity to share another exciting and inspiring discussion that will blow your mind and cause you to really position yourself in the marketplace, give you freedom in terms of your mindset, and cause you to succeed against all odds. But before I go on to him, I just want to really treat the sponsors of this TV show. And this program is being sponsored by Train to Inspire Consultancy, your business training and consulting firm that is for your business startup and business development and helping you to strategically position yourself in the marketplace. Also, this program is sponsored by P&Q Personnel, your #1 agency for hiring healthcare assistants and nurses based in the UK. And also ALS Global Shipping and Logistics, your trusted import and export company based in Accra. ZPay Ghana Limited, your remittance and mobile money company based in Ghana. Now, ZPay has launched their mobile money USSD code for the Ghanaian market. Now, if you want to be part of the fraternity of ZPay in terms of mobile money, if you are fed up with those that are really in the market already, but they are not providing the service that you like, and you want innovative ways that you can work with mobile money, in terms of including even remittances straight to your mobile wallet, then what you need is ZPay Ghana Limited. Their USSD code for their mobile money is *270#. Also, this program is sponsored by Kudu Business Support, your web or graphic design, app development, and also for your social media management. Now, for all these sponsors, if you want to get their contact details to contact them, their numbers are scrolling on the taskbar. Just get them and connect to them. Also, if you want to get a good deal, you can say you got it from T2i TV in terms of our flagship program, Step Out with Oscar Bimpong. Now, if you want to advertise or sponsor any of our shows, you are more than happy to be part of this fraternity. We always want to say that this TV station, online platform, is designed for the young people of Africa, and for the young people of Africa to have a voice, an education hub where they can learn, where they can have information, where they can have a platform for them to really discuss the pertinent topics that is going to help them to succeed in life. Then T2i TV is what you need. Now, for us to grow, we cannot do it alone. We need your support. And one of your support is to advertise on one of these shows. And secondly, if you partner with us, we are not going to leave alone just advertising you, but as being backed by Train to Inspire Consultancy, that is the full name of T2i TV, that is Train to Inspire, we are going to help you to help your business to grow in terms of consulting and helping you to strategically position yourself in the marketplace. Now, let me go straight to business. That's the reason why we are here, because time is already fast spent. And the question is, who is in the hot seat? This is a man I've known for so many years. He's an author, educator, and a leadership coach. What is he here to discuss? He's here to discuss the African pathway to freedom. Africa pathway to freedom. And who is this man that I've been talking too much about? I think he should be on the screen now to really come and really talk to us what he has in store for us. Please welcome Pastor Bernard Antwi, and you are live on T2i TV.
Thank you so much. Good evening to all the viewers and everyone that makes Train to Inspire become a special TV program. Thank you, Mr. Oscar, for inviting me once again. It's always an honor to come into your show because you bring diversity and you impact and influence people. And thank you once again for inviting me. Thank you to everyone. My name is Pastor Bernard Antwi. Thank you so much.
I think your voice is very too low. So if you can really increase your voice, I don't know it's about your system that you are using, but your voice is very too low. So if you can increase your voice for us, we will be very grateful.
Thank you, sir. I think it's okay now. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay now. It's okay now. All right. So now let's go straight to business because people are really yearning to really, it's been a while since we really came on board in terms of discussions like this. And I think people are already missing you. Now, who is Bernard Antwi in brief, in your own words, very brief?
Yes, Bernard Antwi, thank you so much, sir. Bernard Antwi is a young man from Ghana. He's a young man from Ghana, born into a very small village in Ghana. My name is Bernard Antwi. I have a very long name. And he's a young man who is a minister of religion. He's an author, public speaker, and a leadership coach. And also, not to forget, married with one wife.
All right, I think I'm still having a problem with your voice because I'm even struggling to hear you here. So, but let's continue. Now, what we are going to talk about is Africa pathway to freedom. And my first question to you is that, do you think Africa is free? And do you think we can ever be free?
Thank you very much, Mr. Oscar. Africa, thank you. This is a very tough question. And I know many experts. I'm a young man coming out. That I have heard many experts, even the likes of pastors writing books concerning this topic, from the likes of great leaders like Pastor Ashimolo. And I remember he wrote a book called What is Wrong with Being Black. Many great men, Dr. Miles Monroe, great people, Dr. Luther Ken Mandela have all asked this question. Is Africa free? From my little understanding and my little expertise, I would say Africa is still not free. But one day, as Dr. Luther King said, one day I see blacks holding hands with their white and sitting on the same bar. I also believe one day Africa is going to be free from poverty, free from conflict, free from slavery, free from economic hardship. Africa is going to be free from corruption, war, and anything that has kept the wonderful, beautiful continent in such a dark world. So I know we are not free, but one day we are going to be free when we take the right, necessary approach that brings liberty to humanity. So, Mr. Oscar, I know one day we are going to be free. Therefore, right now, I don't think we are yet free. We are not.
So when you say one day, I want to really put it in this perspective. If I say I'm going to do my PhD and I'm not in school,
okay,
then it means that I'm just wishing, because there's no way it can happen. Now, do you think Africans are doing the right thing, that you think they are going to be free one day?
Yes, this is a good question, but also this is a general question. Let me take the whole continent of Africa. Yes, we are doing the right thing, but it's not enough. That is why this topic is very dear to my heart. And actually, I am writing a book on what we discuss in African Pathway to Freedom. I see Africa as number one. We have a lot of issues. Africa has a lot of issues we have to deal with. And one of the issues is that our foundation is broken. We all know that. We need a lot of things. Our change of mindset is another issue. Our education system is another factor. Corruption is another factor. But the question you ask, is Africa doing well, or are we on the right path to freedom or success? You cannot say you are free when other people are still feeding you. I remember there was a proverb. There is still a proverb in my Akan language that when you are a man still living under the roof of your parents, that means you are still being taken care of. So you are still not a man. So one thing I've seen a lot of countries in Africa. Few, I won't say a lot, but I have seen few countries who are emerging out. They are growing, looking at Rwanda, Tanzania, even Ghana. Ghana is not doing bad. We have, as I said, we have a lot of issues. Until we, Africans or colored people, this is my personal philosophy. Until we understand we are the funders of our own issues, we will never deal with this issue. We are going to be pointing fingers. We are going to be accusing our colonial masters. But I believe a time has come where we need to understand we have also accumulated to lose and many of the issues we are going through. Therefore, we need to rectify where are we going wrong. But some of the countries are on the right path. And I must say congratulations to most of the leaders who are doing well. And Mr. Oscar, I believe, and you and me, we can all agree to attest today that everything falls and rises on leadership. Everything falls and rises on what? Leadership. So with this topic tonight that you have chosen for your viewers, I don't think we can ignore the position of leadership in this topic. So some of the countries in Africa, they have started well. They are ready to fight corruption. Some of them, there's a lot. I know there are questions possibly you might be asking. So I don't want to start digging deeper now.
Yes.
But for me, some of the countries have started doing well. Ghana is on the rise now. in spite of all its economic challenges and tribalisms and fighting against other issues that is affecting the nation. I believe there is a lot we can do. There is a lot we can do. So yes, some of the countries have started, but there is a lot we need to do. A lot we need to do, Mr. Oscar.
Wow. You touched on leadership. So let me stay on leadership. All right. Now,
Okay.
we are a continent that have got a lot of resources. Like in terms of natural resources, the whole world, we are the continent that hold the majority of the natural resources.
Okay. Yes.
But we inhabit the most poorest people on earth.
Wow.
Now, this comes to leadership. I know some are doing well, some are not doing well. But how can we collectively get to the stage? Like you look at the likes of Europe, you look at the like of Asia, you look at the like of Australia, this continent, they collectively are moving forward in a particular path that is bringing everybody out of poverty. Now, with us, how can we collectively, in terms of leadership, get our people out of poverty?
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Oscar. Once again, I think tonight is going to be a special night, and the questions are very, very important questions. How do we come out? Because a lot of nations like Europe, yes, we shouldn't forget that Africa is still on the rise, simply because we have gone through diverse stages. We went through colonization. We are fighting a lot a lot of war. You know, any country which has been through colonial system, that means their foundation is broken. So Europe has gone through a long time. They also had their challenges and they have come up. You know, we can argue the fact of many countries in Europe. Others permit me to be blunt on your TV station. We all know that most of the West, what they have become is as a result of what they took from Africa and most other parts of the world. We have one of the book I love is the Stolen Legacy, and I have a few books I'm reading on the legacy, African legacy. Yeah, so with comparing to Europe, they have gone through their challenges and they are coming up. They I would say 90% they've come up because they've been able to establish a system that is working for them. And a young kid born in Europe doesn't have to travel 10 miles to fetch water, doesn't have to travel 5 miles to fetch water before they go to school. So the system is created, that is good. But in Africa, one of the things I as a young man, with the grace of God, I have understood that leadership is the central to every nation's prosperity. Every nation's success is as a result of leadership. And now when we speak of leadership, it's simply a lot of people define leadership as influence or the capacity to influence people through inspiration generated by passion, which is sustained by conviction with a purpose and a vision. And leadership must be born out of conviction and they must have a sense of passion. You must be passionate for what you are called to do. A leader must have a vision. What is the vision? The short-term and the long-term vision of every nation. The leader must have a purpose. What is the person driven by? But in my interview with many well-educated leaders in Africa, precisely Ghana, I've spoken to few leaders in Africa. But precisely, let me take Ghana. Some of the leaders I have spoken. One of the greatest challenges we have in our leadership is the mindset. It's the whole nation. Continent of Africa has an issue of mindset. We need to change our mindset. We need to work on our mindset. Everything has to do with the mindset. Now, let me give you a scenario. Let me use something from the Bible to bring into practical life so that the viewers can understand it. You mentioned about African having all the resources, the gold, the diamond, the manganese, the cocoa, the shea butter, the oil. Africa is the only continent that do not need to import anything. But yet, we import even toothpaste, everything. Now, why is it so? Now, let me bring it. We all know the story of the Israelites in the Bible. They have been in slavery for 400 years. 400 years. And when they came out of slavery, they were blessed with wealth. They were blessed with gold, silver, and they were blessed with riches. Why? Because they were going to a promised land. Now, let's take this analogy for instance. These people, number one, they came out of Egypt with economic power. Don't forget this fact. We shouldn't forget it. Economic power. Number two, they came out from slavery with financial power, gold, silver, and everything. And number three, they came out of slavery with numeric power. Numeric power means human power. They came out with people strong. Now, why am I saying this? Africa has the youngest youth. The whole world. Africa has the youngest generation. That means we have the force, we have the labor, we have the skills, we have the strength. We just need to train these young people with the right resources. When the Israelites came out, they had three most important things. Every nation needs to succeed. Economic power, which the backbone of Africa, our economic power is being broken. Number two, they have numeric power. Number three, they have financial power. But guess what? Something was wrong. Their mindset. They came out, but their mindset was still wrong. You see, an army of sheep led by a lion will always defeat an army of lions led by a sheep. An army of sheep led by a lion will always defeat an army of lions led by a sheep. So it doesn't matter how powerful a nation or how resourceful a nation is. When the leader has a slave mindset, that nation will never progress. And that is the issue with one of the main issues with Africa.
Yes, but that is a very great point. But the point is that you touched on mindset. Now, nobody sit down overnight and change their mindset. How can we change the mindset of the people? Because the people themselves are not ready. Because if they are ready to change their mindset, we would have been moving on. Meaning that the people are not ready to change their mindset. So what can we do to make sure that the people change their mindset?
Yes, thank you once again, Mr. Oscar. When a foundation is broken, and I run a youth organization in UK, and one of the main issues I see with many young people I work with is loss of identity. They don't know who they are. Why? Because their foundation is broken. Now, let's start by saying this. Africa's foundation is broken. Why? One, I will speak a bit on core values. When a nation's core values are broken, that is the principles in which they abide by. It's been broken. That means they are controlled by another system. We shouldn't forget this for the viewers. Africa's foundation is broken through colonization. Therefore, we are controlled by a system. When anybody creates your core values, that person controls you. Now, the question you ask, how do we move from a broken foundation, which is one of them, is the mindset, to becoming what can potentially build a continent? This is what we need to do. One of the keys is this. Let me use this. I like talking practical, using practical things as a metaphor to show things. Now, one day I spoke in a leadership conference and I was asked the same question, and this is what I did. When one day my laptop was broken, my laptop was infected with a virus, and I took the laptop to a repairer or shop, for the laptop to be repaired. And within 2 days, the gentleman called me and said the laptop is infected with so much virus or viruses. So the hard drive needs to be replaced. Yeah, the hard drive needs to be what? Replaced. I told him, is it not possible to change, just clean the hard drive? The man said, it's so bad and terrible that even if they clean the hard drive, it will still come back again. So we need to replace the hard drive. Now, Albert Einstein said something that the same mindset that created a problem cannot be saved with the same mindset. One way to replace or to build a mindset that is broken is through education. Education. Mandela said the most powerful gift you can give any child is education. When I was in Ghana last year, when I talk of education, number one, the education our colonial masters brought to us, it's not, some way, it's not the best. Why? Because we've lost track in the modern education that is happening right now. The government or the leadership of Africa must spend a lot, must begin to make education the main priority. I am a leader. I am not a politician, but I'm also a politician because I also see myself as a social activist who wants equality and justice for humanity. One of my favorite politicians or leader is the ex-prime minister of Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew. When he came to power, he said something. I've read his book from third word to first word. When he came to power, he said his main focus and agenda was that every child would have an education. Every child. In America, 99% are literate. In UK, 99.5% are literate. In Africa, 67.9% of the continent are illiterate. And we have a young generation from 20 years to 40 years who cannot read and write. And in Ghana, we have more than 50% illiteracy. So now the question is, where are we going when we have the youngest generation? The whole continent, the whole world, Africa has the youngest. And most of these young people cannot read and write. And the painful side of this is religion. I was in Ghana 2 years ago. I was meant to hold a leadership conference in Cape Coast last month, but due to the pandemic, I couldn't go. Where is this nation going? When we have every corner of the nation, I am talking precisely from Ghana. I've also heard from other countries by my research. When you have every corner of the nation having a church, I'm a pastor, but I feel with all my heart that there is no balance. Every corner in Ghana there is a church, but hardly you find a school. Hardly you find what a school, and the church,
including factories, including factories.
Every corner, and even the schools have been turned into churches. Every school is now being rented as a church. I feel as a pastor, the government is not doing a lot. Now, this is one of the topics I'm dealing with my book. What has religion contributed to the building of Africa, or has even decreased the building, or has caused more damage? There's nothing wrong with the Bible, because I have a lot of facts. The Bible is amazing. Look at Bahamas. Their constitution is that the first constitution of Bahamas, which is one of the most now advanced countries in the world, Bahamas. Their constitution is that we abide by the principles of the Bible. 80% of their cabinets are all Christians, and they are doing well. When you read the book, that is the book that transformed nations. All the countries in Europe, how they use the Bible as some of their core principles in ruling their nation. Now, but the issue is that there is no balance. Even when we need to build educational facilities, we are turning the place as a church. You can't sleep in Ghana because when you have a house, 20 churches are surrounding your house, making noise. I feel that the president the leaders of Africa must come out with a constructive law or principle that, like Rwanda. I am not saying we should destroy churches. I'm a pastor. I'm a head pastor. The Bible is the most powerful book I have ever read. I'm a writer. But there is no balance. We need to create more educational systems. And Mr. Oscar, the most important, the most painful side is this. The church, Jesus Christ said he brought his own government. The church must be a government. The word government means rulership, a system of administration. And that is meant to be an administration that teaches and transforms life. Now, the work of a leader is to mentor, to create a mindset change. Number two is to create leaders. Now, the church is meant to be a platform to educate people. But because many leaders who are even pastors are not educated, they struggle to even impact knowledge to other people. So there must be a certain system that controls even establishing churches in Africa. Every corner in Africa, we have churches more than everything. I feel there should be a balance. Churches must be regulated. I don't know how it's going to be done, but there must be a formal education by every pastor that they can able to educate young people. It is very sad. It is very sad. When I was in Ghana, I saw a young child about 8 years preaching the gospel on the road. And these children in Europe, that time, 7 years, 8, they meant to be in school. They meant to be in school. If I am a president today, one thing I will focus with all my heart before I die is our education system. I will make sure every young child in Ghana will have education, not just at the age of 18 years and above, but they will start from 2 years or 1 year, like in Europe. So we need to educate people. And that was the heartbeat of Nelson Mandela. In 1863, when we look at America, 1863, under Abraham Lincoln, what happened? That I have a book, and every black young man needs to read. It's by Godwin Carter, The Miseducation of the Negro. Once upon a time, a leader in 1835, a British leader by Macaulay said, we can only break their backbone, which we can defeat them by breaking their backbone, which is education. When you take education from everyone, you're taking everything. Our mindset needs to be educated, right? A lot of us, our colored people, will be miseducated, misinformed. And to be uninformed is to be deformed. America, all the black colored people were not allowed to go into education. They were allowed to work on the farm. 1863, 1865, they were still working on plantation. They had no formal education. And that is what happened when you want to destroy people. And that's what happened to the Israelites. They were slaves. They were not allowed to be educated. The reason why I see education as the most powerful key to transformation is this. Now look at the whole Israel. I'm going to show you something here right now. Maybe you've never thought about it, but I'm going to mention this before you go on with the next question. Why was Moses so powerful? Moses, in the history of the Jews and the world, we see Moses as one of the greatest leaders that emerged from the history of the Jews. Now, the reason he became a great leader, and the reason out of 400,000 to 600,000 men, Moses was chosen by God. You know why? When you study the Bible in Acts chapter 17, the Bible says Moses was learned. Hear this. He was learned in all the wisdoms of the Egyptians. Why? Because he had the privilege to be raised by Pharaoh's daughter. So he had academic knowledge, intellectual knowledge. Moses was educated just like the Egyptians. So the guy became powerful. Knowledge makes you powerful. So Moses did not see himself as a slave. Egyptians, raised and taught, have the same education as the Egyptians. That is why God chose Moses. God is a wise God. He knew, he purposely placed the guy in the palace to have the education so that he can redeem and change the mindset of those who have been in slavery. So education is the key. If Moses was not educated, he couldn't have stood before Pharaoh and could have never become a great leader. So for me, one thing our African leaders need to do is to invest a lot of money in our education system to have the modern resources of education. Look at, you mentioned the likes of China. You live in UK. I live in UK. What is happening? I did a research and I spoke to 2 lecturers from Coventry University. I spoke to 2 lecturers. I interviewed them. And they told me the amount of Chinese they come to Cobb Uni to study every year is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And you know what happens? After the education, they go back to China. They don't stay in the UK. 99% they return back to build their nation.
Wow, that sounds very powerful. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I think leadership is really, really key. But you see, the problem is that when the blind man is leading the blind man, then I think there is a problem. Because for me, I think our leaders are blind and they have made the people blind, if not the people blind themselves. And that is why we are where we are. I think there should be a radical change beyond leadership. And what is your take on that? That is my belief. I believe there should be a radical change. We should go beyond just the rhetoric of leadership, but to go beyond that and really build systems, really build, leadership path that are going to be sustainable. Because we are living in Africa. This party comes in power 4 years. They build this A, B, C, D. They leave power, most of them uncompleted. Another one comes in, he says, that is not, I didn't build this, so I'm going to build this. And we have got so much uncompleted projects just across the whole of African continent. Now, this leadership rhetoric, don't you think it should go beyond that?
Thank you so much, Mr. Oscar. Do you know the truth of the matter is this? Africa, we have a big job to do. And, one of the big issues is this. If you have realized, even Ghana or Nigeria and other parts of Africa, when there is a time for election, every president goes to church. And the way you hear it in our language, we fear God. This president is a man who fears God. Let us vote for him. Religion is killing our continent more than anything. So where a leader has to be put into right perspective and has to be brought to the law of our justice system, they even sometimes use religion to help that leader to even become more corrupt. If a continent, a nation like Ghana, I think now we are about 30 million. Precisely our population. I believe it should be about to 30 million now.
Yeah,
so
about 30.
About 30. Now, George Orwell said something that a nation or a people that elect a corrupt politician into power, a thief, is not a victim but an accomplice. The whole nation of Ghana, NDC comes to power, they do exactly what you said. When they come to power, they want to start something new and stop what the other party did. So they are just managing the country's resources. When NPP came to power, there are many abandoned projects led by NDC regime or party before the NPP came in power. What happened? They have also put a stop to everything. And this is one of the issues. You know why? Because a law without accountability or power without accountability is still useless.
Wow.
Law without accountability is still what? Useless. I believe Africa needs to start practicing what is called immunity. Immunity. Immunity is a system where when a leader leaves power, he is brought to what? Justice. Anything he took, anything he stole, he must be accounted for. And up to now, no political party has come out to say, I am going to start.
No.
I thought President Akufo-Addo was the one going, because he said he's going to fight corruption. And corruption has killed. Next time we are going to deal with corruption alone. Corruption has killed many potential great destinies more than war in Africa. It is so sad you see a young child taking boat, crossing the Mediterranean just to go to Europe, whilst we have all the resources in Africa because of the wrong mindset of our leadership. And the issue is this: we live in a continent where when a leader is talking, the young person is not allowed to talk.
Yeah.
That means our system in Africa, our culture, and our tradition does not allow us to create effective leaders. Hear me again, let me repeat, so that the viewers can get it. Our culture and our system does not help us to create what? True leaders. For in Africa, Mr. Oscar, we have politicians, not leaders.
Yes, we have politicians, but not leaders. I would just agree with you, because look, if you have got leaders, then it means that you see, leadership always brings increase. It brings improvement. If you, I always say this, that if you bring a leader to come and lead a certain kind of people, and there is no improvement, but they come and rest on the status quo, then that person is not a leader. That person, if there is no improvement on the existing state of affairs, then that person is not a leader. Now I want to touch on religion, because religion is one of the things that I think you have made mention of, but I think I want to touch it. Don't you think, especially Christianity, has created lazy minds in terms of a miracle-centered life? Instead of people going out there to work, they rather want to pray and get miracles. Don't you think Christians have made example, especially Christians, has created lazy minds on the continent of Africa?
Thank you so much, sir. I will agree with you 200%. And do you know why? All this is lack of knowledge. And that's what exactly in the Bible it says, and I quote, "My people are destroyed for lack of what? Knowledge." Since I grew up, I have spent most of my years in Europe. And by the grace of God, I've traveled to few places. I have never seen any white preacher. I am affiliated and I have white pastors who have doctorate PhD in theology. I have friends by the grace of God who are heading top organizations in UK, and some of them are ministers of religion. I've never heard any of them preach the way we African Christianity preaching. We have made people to become very lazy. When an African pastor is praying, all that is praying is this: God, come and bless our country. God, come and do it. And everything, God will do it. I remember few years ago, a man of God was praying that the city will rise will rise above the dollar. We all heard that prayer, national prayer, that we are commanding the city to rise against the dollar. That is unbiblical. No. The world is governed by law. When a black man is praying, his whole agenda is God will do. God, and that is the poor mindset. Poor people believe they will change when things around them change. Successful people believe things around them will change when they change. So leadership begins with an internal change. It's a change of mindset. Leadership is a mindset transformation. I
Yes.
believe the church has contributed negatively to the growth of African continent. A lot. Why? Because it all boils down again to lack of knowledge, lack of education. Well, this is my personal research, so that people who are listening to me, this is from my personal research and experience. All the white or English pastors, all my pastor friends who are white, they are all well educated, intellectually and biblically. They are all of them, they have some sort of education, and majority of them have finished university. That means, and most of them I know, most of them, we have an organization we all affiliate, and because of that, we meet for meetings and discuss issues and other things. You know, all of them, including a man, I live in Coventry. I was invited as part of the leaders by Archbishop of Coventry. And I went to his house, we had tea, and we discussed about how we can build this city where I live. This man is a minister of religion, they're well educated. I am not saying most of the leaders in Africa are not educated, but the issue is this. When you have a leader who is educated intellectually and educated biblically, they would have a balanced teaching. When a white man is praying, he's not praying, God, come and build my nation. No. That is why they work so hard. These people work 24 hours. All of you, including you and I, we go to work, we are never late in this country. We are never late. Because you know when you are late, 5 minutes, 15 minutes will be deducted from your wages. The machine at the workplace runs 24 hours. A black man goes to church the whole 3 months. He is praying that God come and bless me with money. God come and build my family. God give me a job. And he is on the mountain praying. When the white man is at the factory working. So, Mr. Oscar, to cut it short, Christianity has made a lot of people lazy because African people, I said it, we had a leadership meeting in London. And most of the pastors we met in London, we had a leadership meeting. And the question was this: some of the leaders believe Africans worship God more than Europe, more than the white. I was the only one who did not attest to what they said. I said, no, I believe white people serve God more than black people. And why they asked me to give my reason. And I said, most black people, we go to church because we want to get something from God. We serve God because of poverty. I'm a pastor. Every church you go, especially when I go to Ghana to preach. And when I was in Ghana, most of the prayers, Father, I want a visa to go to Europe. Father, I want a wife. I want this. God bless me. When that person gets what they have, sometimes they don't even serve God anymore. The father will lie shouting. We are charismatic people by nature. We are emotional people. Black people is by nature. That is how we are. That is how we are. The father we shout doesn't mean we know. Your application to the Bible or the word determines the knowledge you have. So, Mr. Oscar, on religion is a whole topic on its own. How has African religion or Christianity impacted our continent? It has, for me, 50% have made young people who have to become hardworking. As a pastor, I work 8 hours. I don't work thinking a church is going to give me money. No, I work 8 hours. 8 hours. Now we have many young people who are very lazy. Lazy to go to work, and they even establish churches because they want to drive cars. They want to have their own sense of belonging. So we are so lazy. Churches have made, because of the teachings on the pulpit or the pulpit, because God is going to bless you. You are going to be a millionaire. So we have a big job to do. And you said, do we need a radical leader? One way, the other, I believe we need a radical leader who is also God-centered, but a radical leader who is ready. You see, this is the issue. Dr. Luther King, if someone can correct me, I think he died at the age of 39 or 40. Like he said something, when a man has been on the mountain top and has been through the valley, he's not afraid of death. We need a leader that is going to be radical in the sense of a leader that will be self-disciplined to impose laws. Black people, African continent, we have laws, but we don't follow laws. That is, we will come there. We don't follow laws. Every nation is governed by laws. We don't have laws. That is why corruption is there. Churches are doing what they want because a man of God can kill people, do what they want, and still use the word, this is spiritual, in the realms of the spirit, so that the government or a justice system cannot do anything. Take into court.
Wow.
Nation going, sir.
Yes, yes, and I think you are making some great points, and I agree with you because look, the religion, we need to really have a rethink about the way things are being preached and the way we are portrayed religion, especially Christianity, on the African continent. We are really talking of Christianity because we are Christians, and this is what we know best. Now, you touched on education. Now, in Africa, because I believe that for us to be free, we have to be free from religion and have certain values that can help us to succeed as a continent. Now, on the continent, now, if every person that does not really pass their exams, especially using Ghana as a case study, if a young person does not pass their exams and they are Christian, they were in the SU, their next transition is to start becoming a pastor. Now, a lot of people have got big churches, but they have not ever been to school before. Now, when you ask them that is education okay, they say if God calls you, he calls you whether you have got education or not education. But I believe that the people that are not educated are in a way impacting our continent more negatively than those that are educated. Can we create a structure where we can say, look, before you can become a pastor, you need to have a degree. You need to have a diploma. Before you can become a pastor, can such a thing be instituted? Because if you have got a country like Ghana, where 70% or almost 70% are Christians, then it means that if majority of these people that are leading the 70% are not educated, then it means that the country is as good as dead, isn't it?
You're right, sir. And that is why I said, if I am a president today, one of the things I'll make it a priority for every child in Ghana is education. It's what? Education. Yes, it is possible to have a structure. Some people might be asking this question right now. How is it going to be possible? Because we don't even have a system. African, there is no system. No system, nothing works. When I was in Ghana, I was asking some questions with some leaders. And one of the words that kept coming was, if you can't beat them here, you have to join them. That is how corruption is embedded in our DNA. When we look at Rwanda, is it President Kagame?
Yes.
Yes, he set up some laws regarding the Muslims and the church. You see, religion is a man-made thing that controls the mind of people. It's different from Christianity. Now we have created religion. And for me, there must be laws. People must be brought to books. I don't care. I am being honest. And I'm saying this, and people should mark my word till the day I will die, because I know now when you speak, it's going to be there for 1,000 years. If I am a president today, many pastors will be brought to book. You cannot be selling cream, witchcraft cream, and making money. You see, there are things the church is doing Why even the Christian concern in Ghana? Why is the Christian body that regulates and bring people to question it? We are the thing is this, we are so hypocrite that we cannot talk on certain issues. And this is where the young men, we need to rise up. Mr. Oscar, you are one of them. We are the ones that need to rise up. You say enough is enough. The young men are going, you see, there is a saying when a fool the foolish increases or fool increases. We have sat down for so long, and in our generation is the time to begin to take radical approach to speaking to leadership, to also seeing, especially in the area of the church. Yes, things can change, and that is when the government or the leadership begin to take certain approaches. But the question is this: the leaders are corrupt, and most of the leaders are even working with these mega churches because they want the vote. Hear this carefully. Some of these politicians, that is why I said earlier on, and I'm quoting again, our system and our culture does not permit us to create leaders in Africa. We create politicians. So the politicians are working with these mega pastors because they want their church members to vote for them. When you go to Ghana, we have a church that is for NPP. We have pastors who are for NPP and pastors who are for NDC. And why? Because the leaders are all behind it. And that is why they cannot bring certain people to book. But Mr. Oscar, this is a very tough issue. Where do we go? It must start from the leadership. That when the leaders are also corrupted, the question is, where do we go? Then we, the young people, must rise up. And you said something very important. Recently, I was listening to a radio station in Ghana, and there is this particular man of God in Ghana. They call him the Bible reciter. The man can recite Bible verses, and people were, jubilating and clapping for this man. You see how ignorance has made us. Someone reciting Bible verses doesn't mean anything. And this man said something that when God called you, you don't need to go to school. And because he could recite Bible verses, they called him that he's so good. They were clapping for this man. Ignorance is another disease that is sweeping and killing the destiny of African continent. Who told you that when God called you, you don't need education? Look at the Bible. Joseph became a prime minister. Why? Because he was well educated. Pastors don't teach about that. They say he had a dream. One dream. He was educated. Look at the lives of Daniel, Paul, all these great. Peter was an expert in fishing. Matthew, all of them were educated. Look at all the guys in the Bible who influences continent, nation. They were well informed, well educated. So for me, I believe the leadership, President Nana Akufo-Addo, wherever you are, I salute you, our excellence. But he must do a lot. We must rise up and we must begin to put certain structures, just like Rwanda. You must have a certain formal level of education before you come into ministry. It's very crucial. If not, you are going to kill people. It's like being a doctor who doesn't have any knowledge about being a doctor, and you are giving people injection and prescription. You are going to kill people. So the truth is, many pastors or ministers of religion or the gospel are holding the Bible, teaching something they themselves have no idea what they are teaching people. So there must be law. The government, our system, our leadership must begin to reconsider a strategy of even how they can cause churches or bring accountability to our churches. And it's very important.
Wow. Time is already fast spent. We have already clocked the hour button. And, we just have to bring this to a close, unfortunately. But I think this can be done part 2, part 3, because there is a lot that we can discuss. So you'll be coming back in some few weeks to come. It's been an exciting discussion. But before I go, I just want to really reiterate the fact that this program is sponsored by T2i Consultancy, your business training and consulting firm. P&Q Personnel, your #1 agency for hiring healthcare assistants and nurses. This is for only UK-based residents. Then ALS Global Shipping and Logistics, your trusted import and export company based in Accra. ZPay Ghana Limited, your remittance and mobile money company based in Ghana. Kudu Business Support, your web or graphic design, app development, or for your social media management. It's been a wonderful, wonderful time having you on the show, Pastor Bernard Antwi. You have been on fire, and I've really enjoyed the discussion. Please, your last word.
My last word is that leadership is influence. Everything rises and falls from leadership. And until African leaders see that leadership or power is not meant for just accumulating resources, but power is meant for impacting people's lives, Africa will never succeed. Number two, until African leaders see education as one of the most essential keys to transforming and to fighting poverty and changing our continent, Africa will never rise. Another thing, until our leaders realize that corruption has killed more great destiny than wars, our continent will never rise. And lastly, until our leaders realize that leadership is not a place of entitlement, but it's a place of impactment, a place of building people and nation using a nation's resources, Africa will never progress. Leadership is there to help to change people's lives. And I pray that one day Africa will be free from corruption, wars, conflict, and will be free from all religious ideology that has kept the beautiful continent in a dark world. It's my prayer that our leaders will begin to rise and to see the young people that who are rising up as the next successors, that they need to train them. Africa will never grow. But it's my prayer that we, the young people, will also rise up and fight what is called laziness and help to build the nation. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. It's been a wonderful discussion, and we are blessed always to have you on the show. Basically, we will continue with this discussion, and we'll book another date and time and come on the show to continue this particular discussion. Now, for those that want to really sponsor this show, that want to support this show, there is a number scrolling on the screen. Just go there and just take the number and talk to us, and we are going to sponsor your product and services and whatever vision that you have. Also, those companies that are already sponsoring this show, just get their numbers on the taskbar and just contact them. If you contact them and you say you got it from T2i TV, you are more likely to get a good deal. Yes, it's been a wonderful time for all those that have spent their time with us. We say kudos. We are here on Tuesday. Tuesday, I've got a young lady from Canada, from a Nigerian background, who is doing exceptionally well in terms of personal finance, and also she bought her first property at the age of 23. She is a marketing manager in one of the biggest banks in Canada, and she is the person that is coming to talk about her inspirational journey, about how she is able to achieve all she has achieved at such a young age, just to inspire other young people. So you cannot change the down. Tell your children, tell those graduates, those at the universities, that they should tune in on T2i TV on Tuesday. Tuesdays are dedicated for young people, for them to come and share their own stories. And trust me, it is time that you direct your children to this page for them to come and learn something substantive, because these children are in their rooms always playing games. Sometimes they need to pause these games and come and listen. My son now is in charge of making sure that this program, the social media aspect, she takes part. The reason is that as she's taking part, she's also learning. Your children must also come to this platform and learn, because a young person listening to another young person at the age of 23 who has bought their first house, and your son is 30 years and does not even have £100, then your son will start thinking that if this young girl can do it, I can also do it. And this is what this platform is all about, to give voices to the people of Africa and those in diaspora, for us to share the African story in our own positive way, because we cannot leave it on others or third parties to share our stories for us. We are now taking charge. And for us to do this, we need your support. That is why you need to share this video. That is why you need to send this video to all WhatsApp platforms. That is why you need to share these videos to other platforms, so that what we will be able to achieve our aims and target. So it's been wonderful. Pastor Bernard Antwi, once again, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, sir, for having me. And I hope to be with you soon once again.
Thank you very much. And all those people that took their time to watch us, God richly bless you. See you on Tuesday. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye. Thank you all.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think. Believe, yes, I believe. You say,
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think.
I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2i TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week at 7 p.m. GMT. Like T2i TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2i TV. We engage, educate, enlighten, and empower.